Hello, we are Jason and Chrissy, twin flames in Harmonious Twin Flame Union.
We are.
Yep, we're married. And we're students of Jeff and Shalia. And we are here today with other students of the work and members of Twin Flames Universe to share our stories and really talk about how our lives have changed since joining the community, joining Twin Flames Universe. And so we'll get started with ours and we'll move on to the next. So
I was in the very first TFAS class prior to it being recorded. And I was looking for love, my one true love. And through this work, right, like I was always guided to find clarity for myself through using the mirror exercise and going to God, finding that clarity within God. And like I, moved through my upsets. I moved through like anything that was coming up for me along my path, right? And like I was never controlled or misled because all of that, all of the information, the clarity I was looking for was found within me and found within my relationship with God. And so it was only ever that that I was repeatedly guided back to explore was my relationship with God. And Jeff and Shalia, guided me along the way. And it was never like a have to or a must. It was, here is your option, right? Here is what we can present to you in facts, and you have the choice, right? You're in the driver's seat. You hold the key, and so it's only ever been my choice to either go deeper into my relationship with God or not, right? And when you're like given that choice, you have the option, and one of those choices feels good, and the other one the other choice does not. And so we're always taught to pick the choice that feels good because feeling good feels good. And you only ever want to feel good. And so that's how I've that's the path that I've followed.
yeah, like I too was a live student of Twin Flame Ascension School. You started a little before me, and we had false twin flame experiences that helped us find each other, find the truth, find God, and live that life. And as we've continued to implement the Twin Flame Ascension School teachings, the mirror exercise, and doing that every day, our life is only getting better. Our life is only getting more stable, more grounded. It's growing and expanding. And there's just more and more peace that enters our lives as we continue to do this work. And I've seen that over the years. We've been in the Twin Flame Universe community for years, and it's only improved our life. And living with my twin flame every single day, waking up next to him every single morning is an incredible gift. And I'm so humble to have this life and be able to share it. And I love living on purpose. I love living my life and sharing this work and sharing God with those who are willing to receive it. And it's such a blessing, and it's something to really consider. What do you desire to do with your life? And are you doing that? And does it feel good to you? Because that's what these teachings teach. It teaches us how to move from a place of peace and really live a passionate and vibrant life. And it has only ever improved ours.
Yeah, you can't, like, it's for me, for us, it's like undeniable stuff that you can't really look the other way of, because like life is just good, right? And prior to doing this work, not so much. Right? It wasn't super fantastic.
Yeah. It was
Right?
hell.
It was
Mhm.
pretty shitty.
Yeah.
And so like there's you can choose to deny that this works and um whatever, but like you're only you're the only one that's affected by it.
Mhm.
And so like you're only gonna punish yourself or suffer, and for what?
Yeah.
For what purpose?
Mhm. Yeah, we are very grateful to Jeff and Shalia and their entire body of work. And we choose to live the life that aligns with God. And it's what we do every day. We absolutely love it. And so, with that, I think we're going to turn it over to the next couple. And it's Jose and Michaela.
Hi everyone, I'm Jose.
And I'm Michaela, and we're twin flames in Harmonious Union. And I have been a live student of Jeff and Shalia's. Well, I've been a student of Jeff and Shalia's for about 4 years, and I was also a live student. I joined in 2017, so it's been a long time. And like my whole life, it's basically a testament to the power of Jeff and Shalia's work, because when I first joined, like I was not in a good place. Like I was very depressed. I lived with my grandma, didn't have like very good relationships in my life, and I, didn't come from a whole lot of money. Like I didn't seem to have very much like in my life. And I found Jeff and Shalia's work, and they taught me how to like heal within myself. And they taught me that I have power over my reality, which is something that I had never been taught by my family, definitely not my parents. And like my life started to change almost immediately. And yeah, like I started to feel better, which was like the biggest change. Is like I started to release like this heavy depression that I've had. And I learned a lot about like, working and making money and like, surviving and like creating a life for myself. And then yeah, Jose and I both also had false twin flame experiences that yeah, like really helped us learn like what love is and what love is not, and identify each other.
Mhm.
Yeah. And yeah, like my life now is completely different. Like I live, like Chrissy and Jay said, like a really passionate, purpose driven life that's so beautiful. And it's something you can't deny, because like I did not come from like very great circumstances. Like no one taught me how to be successful besides Jeff and Shalia.
Yeah.
Like they were my spiritual parents, and I feel really grateful for them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, same for me. I joined the community like 3 years ago, and before I joined, I was in a very bad situation. I was having extreme anxiety. I was in a lot of abusive relationships. I was very insecure. I was having a lot of problems. And I remember when I first found the community, I entered the forum and I was very welcomed there. I feel so loved when I entered. And I start practicing what Jeff and Salia teach. And since day one, they saw me that I have power and that I can have the life that I want. So I started applying the work, and my life started to change immediately. Like I overcame a lot of like problems in my life. I had a lot of insecurities, and I became a complete different person. I was looking for my partner, for my twin flame, and I have finally found it thanks to this teaching. And it's thanks to this teaching that I can live every day with her, and that we can work together in our purpose. And it's amazing to that every day is is beautiful when you use this work, and every day is better than the previous one because we are always improving. And this community has always supported me in improving more and more my life. And also something that changed the direction of my life. I want to mention MAP here. I have been dealing with that anxiety for a long time, and I have tried a lot of like methods for healing it. I have invested a lot of money, a lot of my time, but without getting real results. And MAP healed my anxiety in literally minutes. And now I'm free of that problems. I'm free of that abuse in my life. And I'm so grateful for that and to this community.
Yeah. Good. So I think we can pass it to the next person.
Mhm.
So Tahira, I think, was next.
My name is Tahira. I'm in Harmonious Union with my twin flame since over a year. I'm doing this work since 3 years, and I will tell a little bit about where I was and where I am now. I was very stressed out and burned out with being a single mother with 2 children, have a lot of jobs. Sorry, it's loud. And I know my twin flame since 20 years, and we never could make it to a relationship. It was always like, it was not going forward. We loved each other so much, but it was not working. I was always on, off, on, off. He lived in Mexico, I was in Germany. And I started, and also I experienced a lot of trauma, and in my life, and I have always had pain a lot in my heart. So I tried a lot of things to heal myself. I was in therapy, I was in stationary therapy, I was doing a lot of every therapy you can imagine I've done, I think. I read a lot of books, I educated myself, I did another spiritual education, and then, but I wanted to be with my twin flame, and I was very aware of my traumas and of my pain and what's going on, but it was not solved. You know, I know a lot about, okay, but I still had this pain in my heart. And I was very poor. So I started to do the mirror exercise that Jeff and Sheila teach. I started to watch the classes. I listened to my heart. I moved to Mexico with 2 children. I'm living my life purpose now as an ascension coach. I earn a little good money. But what the most important thing is for me is that I don't feel pain anymore. It's just gone. I went 2 times to through MAP, and I don't feel it anymore. And that's the most beautiful thing. I am free. And with this work, you can get free. Free of pain, free of suffering, free of poverty, and be with the love of your life. So, and I'm able to have a good relationship with my twin flame, and it's so beautiful and so happy. Yeah. Okay, I think that's everything I want to share here. Thank you.
I'm Ray.
And I'm Anastasia, and we're twin flames in Harmonious Union.
Yeah, and I've been with the teaching for about 3 years.
And 4 for me. I was a live student of Twin Flame Ascension School and Life Purpose class.
And I actually joined her right before graduation. I was in the last 10 live classes that we had. And yeah, this work has changed both of our lives, and obviously we wouldn't be together right now if it wasn't for it. There was no clear way that we would have probably crossed paths if not for Twin Flame Ascension School and found each other.
Yeah, before this work, I was just really miserable, and I had a desire to be closer with God, but didn't really know how to do that. And so Twin Flame Ascension School has been a very big blessing in my life to actually deepen my relationship with God, and also experience that every day in my Harmonious Twin Flame Union with Ray.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things, and I had a very similar experience. One of the things for me was like, I had like, as a kid, always grown up really having a really deep and profound relationship with God. But throughout the years of my life, I was always like really bullied, and get made fun of a lot. I could never really find a solid relationship with anyone. I didn't really like myself. I was, very anxiety driven. And a lot of traumas kind of came up along the way throughout my childhood that I went through. And I lost faith in God. I basically, the relationship just went to nothing. And I remember in college just like seeking and searching and trying to find like a religion that would, ease my suffering, ease my pain. And every single, religion I had gone to or spiritual practice wasn't really like fulfilling me in all the ways that I desired. It would help me with one thing, but then it would always be a temporary fix. And um and whenever I did it, I never had a partner in it. I never had like my significant other, I never had purpose. And then I found, this energy healing company that I'd worked for a little while. And I thought that was going to be the resolution to what this pain and suffering I was going through. And actually, it caused more trauma than it did healing for me, unfortunately. And, I again like kind of was in a place where I was like, well, what the heck? Like spirituality isn't helping me, and I can't seem to find God in any religion. What am I doing wrong here? And so I happened to stumble upon Jeff and Shalia and learning about twin flames. There was someone who I went through a false twin flame experience and thought someone was my twin flame, and went through the experience and started to have a deeper understanding about like what is God and who is God, and having that relationship with God. And through that, I got to know myself deeper. I got to love myself because of building that relationship with God. And I think one of my favorite courses that Jeff and Shalia have, although I love all of them equally, is the Dreams Coming True e-course. I was actually doing a discussion group of Dreams Coming True right before I came into Harmonious Union. I was a discussion group leader, and we would watch the course every week. And I remember like going through all the exercises that Jeff and Shalia just beautifully laid out. And I hadn't like really thought about like thinking about everything I desired in my life. I never thought that my dreams could come true. I was always taught as a kid, oh, you want to be a singer when you grow up, or you want to do this when you grow up. You could never have that. Only certain people get to have that. And it was always based on the way that the world perceived life. And for me, when I watched that and I got to kind of like really dream and explore that and started to see the things that I did desire come true automatically just by having this relationship with God and based on the teachings that I was learning, it was profound. It was for the first time the one thing that worked. And when I wrote the love list in the Dreams Coming True e-course, that was like the pivoting moment for me where I was like, damn, the person who I think I'm pursuing with my twin flame isn't really my twin flame. And, I had dreams about Stasia, and I posted them in the open forum, and a lot of people in the community really supported me and helped me along the way. And, when it was finally revealed that we were twin flames, it was like, duh. And I'm just so grateful because like now I get to live this life of, complete freedom where no one tells me what I have to do or how to think or anything. I get to just be pointed back to God, to have that relationship with God, to have friendships that are meaningful. I get to have, a job, a purpose that's meaningful, a relationship that always is taking me deeper into peace and into becoming more of my divine self and embodying my Christhood. And, there's nothing better out there. And if there is, let me know, because I haven't found it.
You haven't?
No, I haven't found anything better than this teaching.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
see what I mean. She's always taking me deeper. But yeah, it's we're really grateful. This community, the friends that I've gained here, Jeff and Shalia, like they're family to me, you know, in times where, you know, I
I'm
had
really grateful.
yeah, and in times where I've like literally had come to nothing, Jeff and Shalia have always been there for me. They've always supported me. So yeah, I'm really grateful. Yeah, and so yeah, I'll pass it on to Jenny.
My name is Jenny, and I joined Twin Flame Extension School about 1.5 years ago. That's how long I've been with the community. And my journey has been pretty much a lifelong journey of faith, from childhood church trauma with these concept of a vengeful God, through teenage and early adulthood of learning to just flow in the wind where I felt opportunity guided me. And I've learned since then that I've always been guided. And my personal spiritual practice at the moment, for the past 1.5 years, has been that of bhakti yoga. And you may have heard of yoga or know of it as a physical practice with movement into poses and breath work and meditation. And this is a part of yoga. And there's another part of yoga that speaks straight to the heart. And this part is bhakti. It is the practice of devotion and emotion and passion, love, creativity. And it can be expressed through poetry, through chanting, singing, theater, every form of art, through every expression of love, through community, through food. And I personally like to think of it as this dance of union within the heart. For the word yoga translates into English from Sanskrit as to unite, as union. And that's what I have found here at the center of this community, is a devotion to love itself, where every practice, every religion, every spiritual path is welcome here with the Church of Union. And it is love and healing and true transformation that is at the heart of this community, that is at the heart of what I have experienced in this community. Learning unconditional self-love and self-acceptance, learning the power of my choice, and learning how to respect the choices of others. Learning to see through new eyes of love, of the heart. Genuine love and support of each other through every emotion that arises, through every upset, through every wild occurrence that happens on this beautiful journey to God, to Source, to the mystery, to the beloved, to however you choose to call that Lord of your heart. And this is what I absolutely love about this community, is there is genuine love here. And my practice of yoga, my practice of astrology and energy healing, all of these practices come together here in my experience. And every moment of this journey brings me into greater love, greater growth, greater transformation of within, transformation of my heart, and transformation of the love that I feel in every part of my life. It's just a beautiful experience. Yeah, so, just come here if you're ready to learn the truth of love. For everyone here is taking that journey and learning together, supporting one another. And I appreciate that from the depths of my heart. It's a truly valuable, wonderful experience. So thank you.
Hello, I'm Laurencio.
And I'm Alexandra.
Twin Flames in Harmonious Union. And we've been in this community. I mean, we've been students of Jeff and Shelia like for 2 years and a bit.
Yeah, like in November 2018, we joined Twin Flame Ascension School. Yeah, so that's how long we've been in the community. And in May 2019, we achieved Harmonious Union as well, as a result of watching the classes, the Twin Flame Ascension School classes, and practicing the mirror exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how long it lasted for us to achieve Harmonious Union. And we came like in this work together in union. We were in union when we first found out about Jeff and Shelia. And yeah, we really wanted to find out more about who we truly are. What's the purpose of us? We were studying like spirituality and different kinds of religions. We were both very passionate about that, and we still are. And there was something like kind of like Jenny mentioned as well, like we kind of dwelled like in a lot of places, and we saw like there is a core thing here. Like everybody speaks about the same thing, and that is love. And we were like, why is nobody like seeing this? Like, we're literally talking about like the same thing, but in different ways. So we really wanted to go deeper here and just find the truth. And find the truth of what we are as well, because we had like a really beautiful relationship and we really didn't know what that was.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't know that we were twin flames when we first came in the community, but it was because when we first researched about like soulmates and twin flames and all of that, we really didn't resonate with like what we found out online. We were reading about like the runner chaser and like the obsession and like all of those crazy things until you read online, and we just like didn't fully like resonate with that because we were like just like a normal couple in union, and we're like, okay, maybe we're not twin flames, maybe we're just something else. But then we had like a friend that kept like, you know, poking at us and be like, just watch like Jeff and Shelia, just give it a try. You don't know what you're losing. Like, what can you lose if you watch Jeff and Shelia? So of course, like we're like, okay, what are we losing? We're not really losing anything, you know, if we watch like the free classes. And this is what we did. Like we watched the free class of like Twin Flame Ascension School, and then we watched like the free class of Life Purpose class. And we were like, oh, wait, this is different. This is different than what we have experienced. And we felt, okay, let's give it a shot. Like this feels good in my heart. Let's see what this is all about. So we started doing the mirror exercise more and more, and we signed up for the classes and we started watching the classes. And I feel like what I want to share most about like this, how my life has transformed since we joined the community, is that I never realized that I had like a deep fear in my heart before being in this community. I had a deep fear that I would be alone and there was like nobody there for me. And I had like this desire in my heart to like find that person and go deeper and be like, feel safe in that space within my heart where I felt like I needed like my lover, you know, I needed my person, right? My man. And even if he was like right next to me, you know, even if we were like in union, like I couldn't fully see him until we finally like achieved Harmonious Twin Flame Union. Because of Jeff and Shania's work and doing like the mirror exercise. And I just want to share that ever since like we achieved Harmonious Twin Flame Union, I never thought about like anymore about, oh, like maybe there's someone else, you know, that's better, or maybe me and Laurencio will break up at some point. Like, we know we're gonna have that fight, you know, and we're just gonna break up. Like that didn't happen. anymore. It's completely like kind of like erased like from my consciousness. I don't think about that anymore. It's gone. And I know like I used to have like different kind of partners, like soulmates I was together with, and I there was like this nagging feeling of like, oh, we're gonna break apart at some point. Like we're not gonna be together forever. Like this is gonna end at some point. And like I'm not experiencing this with my twin flame in Harmonious Union. Like it's completely erased. And this is truly like the power of what Jeff and Julia have brought into our life. Just one of the many gifts, because as Jeff and Julia have erased this thought of separation through our consciousness, this separation from our twin flame, like they are helping us erase all kind of fears like this from all areas of our life, right? And you have Twin Flame Ascension School for your Twin Flame journey, and Dreams Coming Through e-course, and Romance Interaction e-course. You have all of the juicy stuff. You have the sermons. You also have for your life purpose, because guess what? You're supposed to have like do something with your twin flame together. You have like something juicy to achieve together. You're meant to like work together in a very beautiful way. And for that, you have like life purpose class. And we love every resource that Jeff and Julia have put out. And it all started with the book, honestly.
Yeah.
It all started with the book. We were very lucky. It was like the second edition came out, and we got it when it was like free for a little while on Amazon, and we snatched it and we read and we practiced the mirror exercise from the book. And that's where we started actually, with the book. And then we went really all in with Twin Flame Essential School because we really wanted to see what this is all about. Yeah.
And something that I want to mention here is that really, like, before being in this community, even if we were together, we weren't really like the happiest we could have been, because she was having a job, I wasn't having a job. So on the career path, I was like not doing anything, and she was having a job. So we were always like in this space of she was going to work, I was staying home. And
we're still very much separated, even if we were in union theoretically, even if we were together as a couple, we were still experiencing like a lot of kind of separation in our life.
Exactly. And after like we started using teaching and really like going deeper, we got into a place where we are now just working from home, both of us, every day, waking up together, going to sleep together, like spending all days together. Doing stuff together is just so beautiful, and I could never imagine having this freedom without this teaching.
Yeah, and it's all due to like the beautiful support system that Jeff and Julia have built like in this community, because it's not just like Twin Flame Ascension School or like purpose class, it's the community itself. It's like the discussion groups. I was like part in like Twin Flame Ascension School discussion group, life purpose class discussion group, dreams coming through discussion groups, romance attraction discussion, all the discussion groups I could like be part of. I was, because there I could meet like with people in the community that were going through the same things as we were, and just help each other heal and go through this together as a team. And that's really, really beautiful. And I have never experienced this in like other spiritual communities, where you could just like gather and work like for a greater purpose, like together. And it just feels very good to do this.
Yeah, and just like coming together, but actually feeling good that you come together, because we, like I experienced before being in a spiritual community, where like, okay, we were coming together, we're speaking that we're doing it for a higher purpose, but it was feeling so bad, it felt so heavy, it was like requiring so much of me and was giving me so little. But I never experienced here this. I experienced like giving like even not so much and receiving so much more. I mean, you don't, like with the mirror exercise, for me as a technique, it's like it requires so little of you, so little energy to actually do it, and it gives you tenfold or even more.
Yeah, and here we're like kind of speaking about like energy work or like past life regressions and all of that we have been doing for a long time before.
So we are very grateful for Jeff and Julia and all that they have done for us.
And with that, we're gonna pass it on to Fabian.
My name is Fabian. I have been in the community from the very beginning. I think it started almost 5 years ago. There was basically live TFAS, Twin Flame Ascension School, and there was live purpose class. Before that, it was behind closed doors. And before even that group coaching, there was individual coaching offered by Jet. And you know what? I needed all of that support. And I still benefit from this community and from this teaching. So I remember my life before I found Jeff and Shelia. And it was not easy. Many questions, many problems, many struggles. But where is the answer? Where is the solution? It was nowhere to be found. I traveled the world and I searched online. I received support from coaches and healers. I have been in the personal development industry for years at that time. But none of these communities or teachers or people or resources were able to support me and help me. And I even took it so far to, work with shamans and to dive even deeper there. And I basically tried everything that you can do out there. And I never really found this thing. I never really found what I was looking for. But I didn't give up, and I prayed to God, if there is a way, please show me. And shortly after, I accidentally saw this couple on YouTube, Jeff and Shelia, and there was something special about them. They seemed to be very authentic and real, and they didn't hide that they are moving through things, that they are moving through upsets, that they are healing, that they are not these perfect people, and yet they were perfect, and they are perfect. And I couldn't resist, giving Jeff a call. He offered free calls back then, and I even have that call recorded. It is such a fun memory. And he was able to provide me more answers in that 20-30-minute consultation than I have been able to find, in all the years combined prior. And from that moment on, I was convinced that there must be something real here. There are always great masters roaming the planet. Buddha, Krishna, Jesus. Luckily, there are masters here at this time, and I found them in Jeff and Shelia. And how do I know this? I know this by the results of their work, by the effect that they and their work has on me. And not only on me, but also on my clients. It has been such a joy to extend that work to other people and to see them heal deeply, to see them let go of their depression and their trauma, and to attain even harmonious twin flame union. And is there a greater joy than witnessing that you get a child of God, you're in touch with them, and you help them, you introduce them to this community, and you witness them, heal and blossom? That's really a great privilege of a lifetime. And personally, I have healed so much myself within my own consciousness. I have healed my traumas at the core thanks to mind alignment process. I've had panic attacks. I have had social anxiety. I was even, contemplating suicide back then. I was afraid to go on planes. But all of that is fully healed now. Because healing is possible. You only have to choose it. So I am living my life's purpose. And I am learning that self-love is a process. And that it's peaceful and safe to really not only find what you've been looking for, but to ground into it and to feel at home, to arrive at home, and to become it, and to embody it, and to share it. That is the life purpose, right? And it's a great passion. I'm free. I create my own schedule, and I earn a great living because of that. And it's only going deeper. It's only growing more, because this is the beauty of this work. It's always going deeper. And behind all of that, there's a great genius, and this is God. You know, God is calling you through these desires for your twin flame, for your life purpose, for your independence, for your happiness, for your health. And He is showing you the way. And there are many ways, but this way, this path is the most up-to-date one. And this is the only path where you can do spiritual work with your twin flame together and enjoy all these wonderful things that go hand in hand with living this couple lifestyle. I have even received my soul cats. There's joy in every area of my life, you know. These cats were like a gift from different Sharia. I once told Jeff, hey Jeff, I have like $1,000 on my bank account. I'm either gonna buy a new, and I can't remember what I said, like a new bicycle or some cats. And Jeff was like, oh my God, I hope Fabian gets himself some cats, you know? And basically, he helped me to see this desire in my heart for cats. And now I have cats, and they are amazing. And there's a deep balance, you know, in every area. And it's a joy to work this process, because I know it's only becoming better. So, in a nutshell, this work works. It will work for you. It works for every person that is choosing this and doing the work. And maybe one day you will feel inspired to share this work with someone else and see them blossom and heal. I have always had this desire for the red pill after watching Matrix, and I wanted to unplug from the Matrix. And this work is the red pill. I swallowed it, and I think that was the best choice of my life. So in particular, I would like to thank the Mind Alignment process for healing me from my traumas. I would like to thank my coaches, this community, every single one of you here, and you as well for showing interest in that work. And with that, I feel complete.
Hello, I'm Madhu. I am from India. I'm unique here because I am the only person in this class, and I take a proud in this. And I just want to share like my life before joining this session or joining this work. It was like, you know, I was having everything. I was having a life, but I was not feeling that happiness. You know, there was like something that is like unfulfilled within myself. Even if I was having a very nice job, married to a very nice rich person, but there was like whole heart was empty and full of pain and suffering. I literally attempted suicide even just to, you know, get rid of this life. That was so painful. Not even understanding, you know, why am I here for? And that was always have been my search. And then I was like constantly calling in, you know, what exactly I desire. And then I started getting into spirituality just to understand, you know, what is the element that I'm missing. Am I really here to experience the bad karma? Because that's what is the belief. Like, we are here on the earth to experience the bad karma. And somewhere deep within myself, I was not convinced. Is it really true that am I really here to experience bad karma? Really, I do not. Don't I deserve to be happy? So those were the few questions. Those were constantly coming up, and then I finally found this work through YouTube. I met Jeff and Shelia. I really resonated within myself that yes, there is something truth. What the message they are sharing. It's not like that. Just preaching that this is what we are sharing. You just receive it. No, they were presenting with logic. That's where I got very much attracted, because I had a very nice background of engineering. So that logic and the blending of the spirituality, that helped me to connect with the work very deeply. And then I started joining TFU, or Twin Flame Universe, 3.5 years back. I started from then, when the LPC classes and the Ascension classes were still running, the live classes were running, and then I was like just waiting for when the next class is going to come. I was a subscriber then, and I was just seeing class after class, people are changing, and I also started experiencing that shift within myself just by doing that mirror exercise with myself. And that felt so powerful, like just sitting with myself, loving myself. I'm just getting free from that pain. That was like a miracle for me. I was still even that painful relationship. I was still there in that even all those things that was not making me happy. I was not feeling connected, but I felt really good. I really felt good just by doing the mirror exercise. And then it is said, like, the moment we start feeling good within ourselves, then the external situations start changing. And it literally changed for myself. Now if I see my life now, and my life just before 6 months, just before 6 months only I came out of my relationship. Now I am a completely independent person. I am a single parent. I got to know the core spiritual truth about myself, that I'm not a feminine, I'm a masculine. Deep within myself, all my energies are masculine. Even to know that through this spiritual work is a very unique experience for me, because I have been practicing so many spiritual things, but never I got to know this essence of myself, or never I could able to connect with my true self, which I could found through this work. So that was the beautiful gift, or that was the answer I have always searched in my life. And then my current life, I'm in my true self. My family accepts me completely the way I am. Only just by doing the inner work and giving myself acceptance, I manifested that acceptance, that unconditional love around me. My son is with me, and I have also seen changes in my son through the mirror exercise. And I transcended my job. I was in a corporate job, and that was giving me money, but there was no connection. I was not feeling like I'm living my life purpose. And then now I'm completely into into doing my life purpose, and that feels really good. And I still remember, like, my first life transformation milestone was like exactly 1 year back, when I first went through my map healing session. I was like, I'm not into PTSD. There is no trauma within me. I was like, okay, I'm just constantly feeling anxiety. So let me just try a map. And I just tried, with that faith, I just tried. And it literally transformed me. I was like, I could not even believe what I experienced within myself. And then that started giving me that confidence that, I can just keep moving forward and trust myself, and, just be myself. And through all that process, I just kept making choices, because all that I could realize through this work is, yes, I was able to do meditation, yes, Reiki can be done, but I was never introduced to what is a divine choice. Like, when I make that divine choice, I'm certain that I'm going to experience success only. So that's the essence of this spiritual work, that through this work I can really know what my true choices are, and I'm grounded in those choices. So there is no fear that I can do any mistake, because I know that what's a divine choice, I can just hold on to my choice and just live my life. So there is nobody like a keeping an eye on me or watching over me. Am I doing it correctly or wrongly? Nobody is doing that. I just know what my true choices are, and I have like completely independent life living. I know what to do, I know what to eat, I know how to take care of my body, how to take care of my family, and then just pursuing God. And this beautiful thing is having that unique relationship with God and living on the earth, because it was always been told that you can only experience God after death. And then it's a lie. Now I am experiencing God and living the life, the normal life. It's not like I'm living something very different. The normal life, same thing that I am doing, that I used to do, but there is a lot of purpose in everything that I am doing. And yes, I'm earning much more than what I used to earn through my job. That is completely supporting my life, and I do feel like I'm going to expand that. More than the money, what satisfies me is every time I extend this love to my students or my clients, and this experience that changes in their life, they send me beautiful messages and gifts and gratitude, specifically that how beautifully they are experiencing that love and confidence within themselves, that they have never felt that thing within themselves before. So that gives me that motivation to just pursue my life purpose. And like, there is no more feeling of doing that nonsense of like suicide and all that. There is no need to do that. My life has a purpose, and my life has a beautiful connection. Like, I'm connected to the whole world, I can say. Just sitting in my room, I'm connected to whole world, and I experience that oneness. This community feels like my family. Like, anytime if I don't understand in any situation, and I approach, like, wherever I have my deep relation, I really get a direction, where I'm making the, where I need to do the changes, my choices, and then I get the support immediately, and I just move through it. And that builds on my confidence that I can do it by myself. That's the thing. Like, there is nobody helping me, just I'm making the choices, I'm doing it and experiencing the result. Is like the complete feeling of like I'm enough. you know that has always been my source, that why I don't feel enough, because everything was outside of me. Now everything is within me, so I feel enough, and I'm just pursuing my path. And yes, if you are really looking for God and the real desire to have God and experience true love, and just have guru, because guru is somebody who has cleared the path. The path is already set. It's like, the path is already proven. All that you have to do is you get a safety net, and you just have to walk. All that you have to do is just make a choice, take the step, walk on that path, and you feel that protection, that somebody is there, that you can never fail. Something will happen, but that's not the failure, that's not the end, because there is always a person who is constantly protecting you with the energy. And that's what I feel in this community, that I know that I can do anything freely, and if there is something going to happen, I know that I'll be loved in a deeper way, and I can construct that in a beautiful way. And yeah, choose God, choose yourself, because if you don't choose yourself or don't experience yourself on this earth, then you'll never be able to experience anything around you, because the whole disconnection or the separation happens within yourself. And yes, feel good about yourself. Just search for that good feeling within yourself. And I'm so grateful to find and experience and realize that with this work. And so grateful to Jeff and Shelia. And yes, like, i can just I can just relax and just believe that things are happening and is going to expand and keep on manifolding day by day. That's all I feel, and that's all I want to share a lot, but I feel like I'll share this much. So I'll just pass on to the next person. Thank you.
Gabe and Brianna, Twin Flames living in physical union. We've been a part of the community here at Twin Flames Universe for about 2.5 years now. When I first joined, and like before I joined, I was very like angry. I had been very depressed and anxious all my life, to the point where I was seeing therapists off and on numerous like antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications just throughout my life. And I was living a life where I hated my job. I didn't have many close friends, and like I really had kind of given up. I was just like living to binge on Netflix and not really live at all, and like numbed out to my life. And on the outside it looked really successful, but I was just kind of emotionally dead on the inside. And I just remember like asking God at some point, like I was an atheist at that time, but I was just like so miserable that I was like, God, like if you're real and you can hear me, just, like send me like, the love of my life, and, like I'll do what you ask. And I didn't really think it would work, to be honest. I was like, all right, I'm just going to make that plea. And the next thing I know, I had this false twin flame experience that basically led me to Jeff and Shalia's work. And at first I really was just looking for that love, that romance that everybody like desires. But as I joined the community and was a part of, the discussion groups and, watched the classes and started doing the mirror exercise, I, slowly felt myself changing. And I felt this sense of community and purpose that I hadn't felt ever in my life. And it had never been like something I thought that would be possible for me. And, I became very passionate about doing the mirror exercise, like almost doing it constantly, and just like seeing my life change for the better, and making friends along the way here. And, as I went deeper, I did the mind alignment process. I've gone through it twice now. And that like even more like changed my life and helped me clear up traumas and abuse from, childhood and other things that happened throughout my life that I honestly thought I would just have to cope with. And it just completely cleared, and it gave me my life back. It gave me the like ability to live and see myself clearly, to the point where I was able to recognize myself as a divine masculine, where I had been trying so hard to like fit in and not quite make it as a girl. And, I've just been able to relax into that peace, into that understanding of myself, and really begin to accept myself and really start over, with like a new perspective and a new like lease on life, really. And not only that, but of course, like we were able to recognize each other as twin flames and come together. And I was able to transcend the job that I hated and, live the life of my dreams as, a life as a ascension coach, and helping other people heal who are probably like me out there who, A, didn't see their true selves, and B, just desperately want to heal and to find love. And that's what this work teaches, is to teach you how to find love within yourself and create that relationship with God. And through that, you manifest these opportunities to have divine relationships and really have these meaningful experiences that, everybody desires and wants, but sometimes they don't know how to get. And I'm just very grateful for that.
Yeah, perfect. I was gonna say like basically everything you just said from my perspective. Like I went through basically the exact same thing, of course, like twin flames, right? But yeah, I was in and out of therapy my whole life, on and off antidepressant medication. On the outside looked really successful, but on the inside was absolutely miserable, just so numbed out and living for the weekend, just living to binge on the weekend. And I had a similar moment in my life where I was like, God, please just come through. Like, I can't keep doing this anymore. I'm really not happy. And I had a false twin flame experience that also led me to Jeff and Shalia's work. And I started doing the mirror exercise more and more and started just naturally watching my life change. And I think within about like 6 months of really committing myself to my mirror exercise practice and watching the classes and being disciplined, I met Gabe. And we became really good, close friends. And as we were, committed to our spiritual inner practice, we just naturally became closer and closer. And that was like, within like 2 years' time, we came together. So it is real, it does work, and it does give you the life of your dreams. But you do have to decide that you're done with hell and that you're worth it. And I invite you to make that choice because you are worth it and you can have this too. So very good. I feel like that's complete. Up next is Carmel.
My name is Carmel and I was a live student of Jeff and Shalia's Life Purpose class and Twin Flame Ascension School. I'm also in Harmonious Twin Flame Union with my Twin Flame Rafan and have been studying and embodying the teachings of Jeff and Shalia for 4 years. So the core message that I wanted to share today is like really the self-clarity that these teachings have brought into my life and the clarity that it continues to bring me. So for me, like clarity is like really coming to know yourself, and from that place of knowing yourself, being able to connect with, all of your good, being able to connect with everything that resonates with you and everything that was created for you, which is an extremely fulfilling experience. So, I came into these teachings, I called them in pretty early. I remember being like 16 and just like walking the planet, feeling like a lone soul and wondering like, what's my purpose? Why am I here? Like, I don't really like being here, not knowing, who I am or what I'm doing, right? It was a very uncomfortable experience for me. And I didn't know like if that question was answerable or if, I thought I'd have to work really hard to find that answer. But I called it in very deeply, and it was Jeff and Shalia who showed up and really answered that question for me and brought that relief and clarity and deep peace into my life. And there was just a huge difference before these teachings. You can see the transition of me like being really disconnected from myself and numbed out to, even though I had this deep like soul searching, to like transitioning into like connecting with myself and living a life that's peaceful and fulfilled. So like before TFAS, like career wise, I was looking for a job that paid well, that had good hours, and that generally like fit in with my lifestyle, because I thought that was the best the world had to offer me. And that's probably where most people are at. But if you look really closely, there's a lot of self-sacrifice with that approach, and it's also like really unfulfilling to live life from that place. Love life wise, I just saw myself as going to be like an independent woman because I still like having a partner as like a liability, because I didn't know that there could be someone who was actually there to support you and help your life grow and prosper, and bring deeper peace into your life. And in general, before these teachings, my relationships were very poor and non-supportive. But since embodying these teachings and receiving these teachings, I'm coming to live a life purpose that actually resonates with my heart, and continues to grow in resonance and actually gives to me. And I've been like given access to an unlimited resource of purpose because I'm coming to know who I am and what I want to give to this world. yeah, I'm living a life with my twin flame fun. You know, we're learning how to have healthy relationships. So he's helping me in that space a lot. And you know, every area of our life is really just growing in beauty and clarity. And you know, I can really trust in this relationship because your twin flame is a reflection of the love you give to yourself. So it's really an unfailing relationship. It's a relationship that you can fully relax into. And so there's yeah, I'm extremely grateful for the life that I've been given from Jeff and Shalia. You know, and if you know, if you had the same questions that I had, yeah, I invite you to come see, you know, what these teachings can offer you as well. So with that, I'll pass it on to the next speakers.
I'm Brianne.
And I'm Adam.
And we are twin flames in Harmonious Union.
And we're married.
Yes, we are married.
She's my wife.
Yeah. So I have been a student of Jeff and Shalia's since May of 2017. You've been a student
Well, I've been in the community for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me going on 4 years. My life prior to being a student of Jeff and Shalia, it was like fear driven. Like I followed fear everywhere in my life. I let fear rule my life. I could barely even like drive up the street to go get groceries because I was so fear stricken, and I would have panic attacks. Yeah, I was moving through bouts of depression, and I just felt like my life had no meaning. I didn't know what my purpose was. I was in a soulmate relationship, but it was very empty. It was more like we were just trying to fill a hole for each other. There wasn't a connection there. And I found Jeff and Shalia because I met my false twin flame. And so I found the teachings and I quickly invested. And as I've moved through the school, well, everything that Jeff and Shalia have created, I've invested in because I found that everything that they create, it's like it helps you deepen into love in every area of your life, and you improve in every area of your life. Yeah, you want to go a little bit?
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, basically a lot of the same things, and a lot of traumas, depression, anxiety, illness, raising a son that is diagnosed with autism, very low functioning at some points, you know. Yeah, I thought my life could never be better. Like, okay, I just have to accept this. I was kind of like so numbed out and just like kind of moving, existing. Very, you know, much in poverty consciousness. Like I'm never going to be more wealthy. I never felt into my desires, you know, like, oh, that's nice, you know, like nice cars. Well, you know, not for me. I want like a, you know, basic car, you know, and all that stuff. But yeah, after being on the search for something more, I stumbled upon a video that also linked to a book that's called Twin Flame Finding Your Ultimate Lover. And I could just feel the truth of the teachings in the book. I'm a very skeptical person, but I'm like, I like this because I was searching a little bit for like twin flame stuff, like, you know, but I didn't really like the fact that some of these teachers were saying that, well, if you're like in a same-sex union, you're not meant to be like romantic and all of that. But I'm like, I desire a romantic partner, so that makes no sense. I was kind of like, no, there has to be something better. And it was spot on. It was perfect. So, yeah. And then moving on
Here we are.
Here we are, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jeff and Shalia and these teachings, they're the reason that, you know, we're, you know, married and in Harmonious Union today. Like, we live every day together. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we live and breathe, what we've learned from Jeff and Shalia, and we're deeply grateful and humbled and honored. And we continue to share and extend this work with others. And yeah, like the greatest gift that I've received is my relationship with God through all of this, is I didn't know that my reality was my responsibility, right? So taking ownership for my reality and making new choices of things that I did want and manifesting the life that I did desire or do desire, rather than the crap that I was manifesting from a place of fear. Yeah, I'm just very thankful. And
yeah, and I mean, we've both been through MAP,
yeah,
which has dramatically transformed our lives, and along with mirror exercise. And for me, even with having like a physical illness and autoimmune disease, which you can actually see on blood tests, like after coming into this work and doing this work, my doctor was like not understanding, like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like you can't see it on blood tests anymore. It's like, yeah, my doctor is very interested. like, yeah, and I've explained this, and it's like kind of like, this doesn't happen. Yeah, so it's pretty amazing. So very grateful for this work. Yeah,
it's very powerful. And it's not just for us, the ones here that are speaking from their hearts and sharing their truth and their experience. This is for literally everyone. If you honestly apply the teachings to your heart and your life, you will see a shift. Every single person, it's for you too, and you deserve it. Yeah. So we feel complete here.
Yeah. So the next one up is Danny and Christina.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. My name is Danny.
And I'm Christina.
And we are twin flames in Harmonious Union. And we just wanted to share today our experience with Twin Flames Universe and this body of work that Jeff and Shalia have created and brought to all of us. So yeah, I guess I'll start off with just a little bit of my journey leading up to like discovering this work and why it has completely changed my life. I always kind of grew up feeling like the black sheep, like feeling like I don't know. I always empathized with people. I was always the person that people came to for advice or wanted to open up to. And this led to me becoming really interested in spirituality when I was in my teens. And I really dove headfirst into it. I dove headfirst into healing and into God. And I grew up, like Reformed Jewish, and my family wasn't really religious too much. It was just associated with the culture, not necessarily like the deep spiritual meaning of that was like within the religion, right? But I wanted to go deeper. And my first spiritual experience I ever had was when I traveled to Israel when I was 16. And I went with like some like Jewish advisors that were way more religious than me. And one of them was really interested in like the spiritual energetic side of Judaism. And so that was like my first spiritual experience was in Israel, and really like it started to spiral from there. And so I was one of the people that dove into all the topics, all of, Reiki, astrology, energy work, crystals, all of that stuff. I became very interested in. And yeah, I decided to join this, like a couple different spiritual communities, as well as different, like disciplines of energy work and things. And one of them that I had joined way back in the day helped me to develop my first like real relationship with God. And it took me to a certain point. And I'm very grateful. So it gave me a lot of healing, but it got to a certain point where I was no longer healing. And so it was like, okay, what's more, what's deeper? I feel like I didn't hit the core here. And the very first time that I read a twin flame article was back in 2014, when it was barely on the internet. There was maybe like one or two articles or blogs, or, you know, whatever you want to call it. And I read it and I was like, you know what? I feel like I have a twin flame. And 2 weeks later, I manifested my false twin flame. And that relationship lasted about 5 years, but it led me straight to Twin Flames universe. Because as I continued going deeply into all of the current, I'd say, like mainstream beliefs of what twin flames were, you know, like the runner chaser dynamic, and you know, one twin is more awakened than the other twin. And like, I dove into all of that. And let me tell you, it made me absolutely miserable. It was not fun. And yeah, basically what I learned from my family was, in order to like create in your life, you have to control in order to create it. And so, you know, these core things that I kind of grew up with and was programmed with, like I was creating a life that I wanted, but I also really didn't want, because on the inside it felt so bad and it felt really unsustainable. So my foundation was always feeling like really unstable and always crumbling, and like I'd have to like rebuild it in certain places, and it would not work. It would not stay. And so, having grown up with, you know, this deep desire for purpose in my life and deep desire for my one true love, yet seeing all around me people choosing, like people choosing, I guess, like trying to create their purpose or trying to find their purpose, but never really finding it, or knowing what they really loved, but felt like they weren't good enough for it, or, you know, they had to take care of other things more, like their bills, for example. My dad really settled into a job that he ended up hating. And he would tell me all the time about things that he loved to do, you know, but he never pursued them. And so I grew up with that example of like, don't follow your dreams because paying your bills is more important, or settling into a job that pays well is more important. And I felt like that was really, really silly. And so I followed my heart, and I continued to follow my heart. And yeah, when I found Twin Flames Universe, I was in a really low spot.
How long ago was it?
Right. 3 years ago. It was about 3 years ago, 2 or 3. She's been here for 3. And then I've been here for like 2, going on 3 years. I was in a really low spot by the time I came into Twin Flames Universe. I had exhausted as much control as I could possibly, you know, exhaust at that time, trying to create my life and follow my dreams, and just wasn't working. And I was very depressed. I had gotten suicidal for a certain time. I had traumas, and just generally unhealthy, toxic relationships. I was leaking my energy everywhere, and yeah, it just didn't feel good. But what happened when I came into this community was that I finally, like, it took me a couple months to ease into the support and ease into everyone, like just doing their part happily. Like it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see that like the work was real. I had false twin flame teachers, and I followed a false twin flame teaching, and it was the epitome of what's you know, currently going around in terms of what most people believe twin flames are right now, and just at the time of this recording. And yeah, I realized that, holy cow, this is the real thing, because I had so much contrast at that point that it was just like, okay, this is it. This is who I've been. looking for my whole life was Jeff and Shalia. I'd always been looking for a teacher, and I'd been on the path for many years, and I finally found them, and I finally found the teaching, and it completely changed my life. So yeah, do you have anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah, like when you said that you found Jeff and Shalia, you found what you were looking for. My whole life, I knew that there was something different. Like I knew I was looking for something different. And like even my parents knew like that there was something different. Like I really desired something deeper. But I never really knew what it was until I like learned about Twin Flames and found Jeff and Shalia. And like I could just feel their divinity in the videos. Like it just felt so different. And yeah, their branches just have like completely changed my life. Like before MAP, the mind alignment process, I was like very scared of life. Like I didn't value myself. I had really unhealthy relationships. And yeah, I was just like really scared of like going to the grocery store, like going places by myself. Like I couldn't be an adult, even though I was an adult. And so MAP like empowered me and like liberated me and taught me that I'm powerful, that my choice matters. And I became so passionate about MAP that I started volunteering. And then MAP brought me my twin flame. So I was like, okay, this clearly only love because I have like my best friend and my lover and everything right next to me. And yeah, so like you can really trust the work here. You can trust MAP. You can trust Jeff and Shalia because only love has come out of it, and your life only continues to get better and to improve, and you continue to grow and blossom, and yeah, you just get happier and like more abundant. And
yeah, it cleans out your consciousness. Like it's a science. Like this will be proven by science one day, like without a doubt, because this is how you the method with the twin flame, the mirror exercise, it raises your consciousness and it cleans you out of any bad feeling, any fear, anything that doesn't feel good. And it purifies you. And the only reason we're sharing all of this with you is because we feel so good that we want you to feel this way too. And because you deserve it. You deserve your one true love. You deserve the life of your dreams. You deserve living to be free, to live your life purpose. You know, like I just vowed to myself after seeing what my dad put himself through that I would never live a life like that. That I would always choose to always follow my heart and to live the life that means the most to me. And that I wasn't going to be limited by how the world perceives certain things or how the world is, you know, like with this work, you can truly live in the world, but not of the world. You can literally liberate yourself from all forms of limitation and suffering that exist and create a completely new reality that is loving and blissful and peaceful and full of creativity and purpose and joy. And you get to do it with your twin flame by your side, and a beautiful community with lots of friends and goodies all the time. It's amazing. And that's why we've come here today to share all this with you, is because we feel so good. We want you to feel the same way. And yeah, that's how I feel. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you see like all different walks of life here in this video today. Everybody has their own unique story, their own unique path that they've essentially like refused to settle for the life that society says that you have to have, right? And they desired more for themselves. they sought out something that could help them. And like, as we've all done in TFU and in Twin Flame Ascension School, we put in the effort to create that life of our dreams, right? And there is effort involved, right? There are challenges to face, but like, you have to desire, like, to not settle for a life of depression or sadness or just total shit. You can create like the life of your dreams. If you choose it, you have to choose it.
Yeah, and walk the path that has been laid out for us here. And we're here to help. This community is here to help. All of these people here have shown up today to share their stories and let you know you can have it too. That we were where you were, and we are here to help you come out of it. We don't want anyone in this world to suffer. We want everyone to live a life of peace, live a life with God, live a life that feels good to them. And that's why everyone here does what they do every single day. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see. It's alive, it's vibrant, and it's the only way I choose to live life. And to know that I have my man by my side every single day, supporting me in ways that I never even knew a man would do for the way that I was raised. It is an absolute blessing. And the work works. And it's worth it. And you are worth it. And you deserve to have the life of your dreams. To have a life filled with love and safety, God. And so if you are here still and you are interested, please reach out to us. Check the links below. If you want to find out more about the mind alignment process, or you want to go deeper into Twin Flame Ascension School or Life Purpose class, whatever it is that might have hit something with you, maybe dreams coming true, or you want to deepen romance in your life, you can go down in the links below and just click on it. Talk to somebody, connect with us, and let us help you come into a place of peace within yourself so you can live free, so you can be liberated from suffering and pain.
And just like, genuinely see for yourself how your life can change, right? But it won't change unless you make those choices to really just give it an honest shot and see what could happen with your life if you so choose to make changes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us today.
Okay, bye.